having another person here in MyVan Properties and Development. She is actually the accounts manager. She is the one handling the PAG-IBIG and bank housing loans. So this is the very common questions, no, when it comes to applying for a loan for a house or any condo units. The very first questions that we have is like, what are the things that we need to know about this kind of loan? So let us all welcome Ms. Renzel Mojado to help us and answer these questions for us. A round of applause, please.
Hi, Ken. Good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon. Hi, Ken.
Welcome to the afternoon show with Ken. And right now, I'm very much happy that you are here.
Yes, the same with mine.
So hopefully, we'll be able to clear everything out and all of these common questions that nasa isip ng mga buyers natin.
Okay.
Ng condo and house and lot.
Okay.
So first question is like, what are the basic or what are the requirements that we need to remember when we are applying for loans?
Okay. So, Ken, thank you for that. Okay, again, ano nga ba yung mga basic requirements kung nag-apply tayo ng housing loan? Okay. The basic lang is, of course, number one, 2 valid IDs, government issued. So, government issued IDs, these are your UMID IDs, SSS, driver's license, TIN ID, and we also consider yung passport. Another is yung updated 3 months payslip, and then the certificate of employment, the proof of billing, so pwede yung bill nyo sa water, electricity, internet, cable, or yung sa credit card nyo. And then of course, kung married yung single or married, we require a birth certificate and marriage contract. Then kung, again, for the spouse, yung ID ng spouse. Yun lang yung parang basic. The other requirements will be required as soon as na-submit na natin sa bank kasi si bank na yung magdi-determine kung ano pa yung additional requirements. But again, yun lang yung pinaka-basic na i-prepare. We could already send your application to our partner banks.
Okay, I see. So is it the same with PAG-IBIG or it has another requirement?
Of course, sa PAG-IBIG, the same lang. Yung difference lang is yung certificate of employment dapat with compensation and notarized siya. Tapos, yung payslip naman is dapat naka-certified through copy ng HR or the company.
Oh, okay, I see. So that's, for the payslip, we need to have the 3 months latest?
Yes.
Okay. So that's well noted.
Yes.
And when it comes to the, how do you call this, the processing of the loans, does do you suggest that we need to have this pre-approval first before we could process or we could apply or do any reservation? Kasi for us, like there are some buyers now na medyo hesitant when it comes to buying and they are not sure if ever they will be approved.
Okay. Usually talaga, pag interest kasi, di ba, tayo talaga, when we are interested with a certain property, nagre-reserve talaga tayo. But the only thing na sinabi nga ni Ken, kung parang hesitant tayo kung ma-approve ba tayo or hindi. So yung kailangan lang nating tandaan is of course, first, pag nag-apply ka kasi ng loan, kailangan i-consider mo yung value ng property, the total contract price versus your income. Kasi kung magkano yung value ng property, that would also require a certain income. Kasi ilo-loan mo yun sa funder natin like bank or PAG-IBIG. So again, tandaan natin yung income requirement. So kung sure naman tayo, like example, yung monthly mo is 100,000, tapos yung ilo-loan mo is 3 million, then of course, pasadong-pasado ka. Or sabihin natin, 2 million lang yung ilo-loan ko, but yung income ko is 30,000 lang. So, for that, parang kailangan natin ng co-borrower dyan. Or yung income kasi is yung loan kasi na in-apply mo is masyadong malaki for your income. So, for that, kailangan mo lang ng co-borrower. So, again, para hindi kayo malito or para parang sabihin natin, peace of mind na ma-approve talaga ako sa bank or PAG-IBIG, yung i-consider nyo, the very first i-consider is yung income requirement. Kasi yung iba kasi, they go lang sila ng go, hindi nila tinitingnan yung TCP versus the income. So, kailangan tingnan yung income versus the TCP of the property.
Okay, so we need to remember talaga no yung income. So, is there any like kadalasan yung minimum income na ina-approve?
Okay. So, kadalasan kasi yung property natin with My Van Properties is very affordable. Nasa 2 million lang tayo up to 3 million. Okay? Yung income requirement lang is around 60 to 100. So, yung 60K, pasadong-pasado na for the 2 million na loan.
Okay, that's wonderful. Okay, since we are talking about income, which is like, example, 60K. So, for example, kasi we do have this married, Filipino citizens and married with a foreigner, or like yung couples lang na hindi pa married. So, what are the things that we need to remember about this processing?
Okay, yung tatandaan lang natin, for those married couples, so if silang dalawa naman ay employed, pwedeng silang dalawa, yung the income requirement ng husband and wife is isubmit natin sa bank para the higher kasi the income, combined income ni husband and wife, the chances are papasa talaga sila for the loan. While yung sa married naman with the foreigner, ito kasi yung kadalasang tinatanong most of our buyers, lalong-lalo na sa mga condominiums or even subdivision, okay? Pag married naman si Filipina, kasi kadalasan Filipina yung sa atin, pag married si Filipina to a foreigner, yes, you could still apply for a loan. And then kung tatanong nyo, ma'am, wala naman akong work, si husband lang, yes, you can still apply. Yung gagamitin nating income is kay husband. So long as the Filipina, kahit nag-change na siya ng nationality, nagiging dual citizenship na siya, again, pwede pa rin siyang mag-apply. Kasi yung tinitingnan lang talaga ni bank is, of course, dito siya pinanganak, meron siyang birth certificate na she is born Filipino.
Okay. So, pag hindi umabot yung income ni wife, we will combine with it with husband. Para para ma-reach natin.
Yes, para ma-reach yung income requirement. Pwedeng kay husband or yung sinasabi nating co-borrower. Pwede siyang, if yung husband niya or ang wife walang trabaho pero yung kapatid niya meron, pwede niyang gawing co-borrower yung kapatid or yung parents niya so long as hindi pa retiring age yung parents niya. Like, 60 years old na si parents, hindi na yun pwede. Baka kung 50, pwede pa yun i-consider. But tandaan lang natin na kung i-co-borrower natin si parent na 50 years old na, yung magiging term na lang ninyo sa bank is yung kay parent. Yung 10 years na lang, kasi nga yung age limit ng bank is until 60 years old lang. So yun, magiging 10 years na lang. Yung titingnan kasi ni bank is kung sino yung mas higher ang age. Doon sila magbabase kung anong term ang pwede sa'yo.
Okay, I see. So when we are talking about co-borrower. So when it comes to co-borrowers, is it really necessary na immediate family, or can I have another person, a friend of mine, to act as a co-borrower?
Yes, Ken. Ang yung co-borrower talaga, of course, tama ka, Ken, dapat immediate family or first up to second degree lang ng family. So, sino ba ito? Of course, pwede yung kapatid, yung parents, or yung anak magiging co-borrower. Tapos yung tanong mo, Ken, na pwede ba yung friend? Okay. Actually, hindi talaga siya pwede gawing co-borrower, but kung gawin siyang co-owner, magiging kayong dalawa yung may-ari ng property, then that could be done. Yung mangyayari, yung pangalan ninyong dalawa, yung lalabas sa contract to sell at saka sa title ng property.
Okay. So, possible na silang dalawa.
Yes. But kung co-borrower kasi, the difference lang, Ken, is pag sinabi natin co-owner, dalawang pangalan yung lalabas sa CTS at saka sa title. But kung co-borrower, yung lalabas na pangalan is yung sa principal lang.
Okay. I see. I do understand. So, you said earlier that about the age. Do we have an age limit when we apply for a loan?
Yes, of course. Kasi sa bank, up to 60 years old yung pwedeng mag-loan. Pero again, parang 60 yung retiring age for the bank, while sa Pag-IBIG is 65. So if you plan to apply for a loan, tapos 50 years old ka na, pwede pa. Pero hanggang 60 years old lang na pwede mong bayaran yung loan. So example, 50 years old ka, yung magiging term mo lang kung sa bank is only 10 years na lang. Kasi 50 ka na, up to 60 years old mo, so 10 years na lang yung parang pwedeng maging term.
Okay, so we need to take note of that, okay? 60 years old, or else...
Hindi na pwede. So kung 65 ka na, of course, 5 years na lang. I mean, kung 65 ka na, hindi ka na pwedeng mag-loan. Spot cash mo na. Di ba?
Pag spot cash, I'm sure may discount naman yan.
Yes, of course, meron tayong pa-discount.
So, we do have this common problem, no, like about divorce.
Oh, yes.
So when we talk about on the process of divorce, like, and then they wanted to buy a property, either a house and lot or a condominium, what would happen to it? Like, is it still under the conjugal property thing or law?
Okay, so kung on process pa lang yung divorce or annulment, kasi nasa Pilipinas. Okay, kung on process pa lang siya, of course, yung status nyong dalawa is still married kasi wala pang final decision from the court. So, if na-approve yung loan, wala pang lumabas na final decision from the court, magiging conjugal pa rin yung property. So, I really advise yung sa mga buyers natin na kung on process pa lang, mahirap talaga kasi magiging conjugal pa rin yung property. We still need the consent of the spouse the moment you applied for a loan. So, kung gusto nyo talaga na hindi na magiging conjugal yung property, i-secure nyo talaga yung final decision of the court na your marriage is already annulled or it's being dissolved na.
Oh, okay, I see. So what if they have a child or they have their kids and like they can they name the property to them instead of like kasi there are times that they are not really in good terms. So the other party would like really to have a property. Kaso ayaw niya for now kasi under the conjugal property. So they plan to have it named
Sa
anak. So what's your for that?
Kasi yung mangyayari sa atin, that would be a special request ni client sa atin developer na ining niya sa anak niya. But during the processing of loan kasi, nakaning lahat yung documents kay client. Then take note din na pag minor pa yung age ng bata, hindi pa siya pwede directly i-name. And take note na naka-mortgage pa yung property. So meaning, pwede lang natin i-transfer yung name dun sa kanyang anak the moment na fully paid na yung property.
Okay. So they can do it once
Fully paid.
Or like hindi na minor, di ba? Or-
Yes, at the same time.
Okay, that's actually good. And since we are talking about banks, so I would like to know what are the accredited banks of my bank? Kasi there might be some clients that they have specific banks that they want to apply. So what are those?
Okay, so speaking of accredited banks, yung mga partner banks ng MyVan Properties, of course, we have China Savings Bank, we have Robinsons Bank, we have Banco de Oro, we have Bank of the Philippine Islands or BPI, we have Maybank, and of course, wino-work out namin ngayon yung sa Sterling Bank of Asia. Okay, ito yung mga partner banks natin. So marami tayong partner banks. So, and then of course, nakalimutan ko, our PNB, Philippine National Bank.
Wow, so we do have a lot of banks or a lot of choices that we can select. So if we do have, like kasi there are some clients na they have good credit standing in this certain bank, so they prefer this bank.
Yes.
So when it comes to when it comes to the interest rates of bank versus the PAG-IBIG, which is actually better?
Okay, speaking of interest rate, okay, of course ngayon very competitive na ang ating mga banks kasi yung interest rate nila is sinasabayan na nila si PAG-IBIG. Majority of our banks right now, nasa 6% na lang, 6.5% na din yung mga interest rate nila. The same with PAG-IBIG kasi si PAG-IBIG ngayon is also around 6% din. So, very competitive na din si bank unlike before. But take note also na yung interest rate is that will depend on the fixing rate. Kasi kadalasan kasi yung iniisip lang ni buyer is mura yung interest rate dito, ganito lang yung interest rate, but take note na may fixing rate tayo. The lesser the year of fixing rate, medyo mababa siya, but the higher, tumataas din. So example, kung 1 year lang yung fixing rate, mababa talaga. But kung 5 years ang fixing rate, 10 years yung fixing rate, masyadong mataas na yung fixing rate na yan. So tatandaan natin yung term at saka yung fixing rate. Pag sinabi nating term, ito yung number of years kung ilang years mo babayaran yung property. So example, pwedeng 5 years to pay, 10 years to pay, 15 or 25, 30 years to pay. Tapos pag sinabi naman nating fixing rate na year, ito yung like 1 year na fixing rate, 2 years na fixing rate, 3 years, 5 years, and 10 years na fixing rate. Ito yung interest rate na kumbaga, if yung pipiliin mo is 3 years na fixing rate at 6%, meaning for the first 3 years ng loan mo, ito lang yung magiging rate ng interest mo. But if sinabi naman natin 5 years, so within 5 years naman na ito yung interest rate. But after nung fixing rate, yung susundin na interest rate naman is yung the market prevailing rate, or tatanungin kayo ulit ni bank or ni Pag-IBIG kung anong fixing rate naman yung pipiliin nyo.
Okay, I see. So, in short, if example, yung monthly amortization natin for the first 3 years is like around 17,000, possibility after 3 years it will go up or it will go down. Correct?
Yes, Ken. Correct. Very correct. Oo. Pwede talaga siyang bababa or tataas. Depende sa prevailing market rate. Kasi minsan talaga, mababa yung interest rate after a certain period of time. So yun yung iba, magiging talaga, mababa yung nila, monthly amortization with the bank or with Pag-IBIG.
I see. So no, wala talagang forever, guys. But sa my van, we do have a future.
Okay. Tama.
So right now, since we have talked about a lot of things, anything that you would like to advise to our dear clients or buyers in the future who would undergo or who would like to have this loan or any type of loan, like housing, condominium, or house and lot?
Okay, dun sa mga buyers natin, of course kasi ngayon napaka talaga ng mga properties, parang in demand ngayon, or yung talaga natin ngayon, yung trend is of course yung mag-invest tayo in a real estate property kasi malakas yung appreciation value niya, and then ito yung parang best for investment talaga. So yung tatandaan lang natin na when we purchase a property and when we plan for a loan for that sa house, sa bangko or sa Pag-IBIG, yung unang-unang titingnan talaga natin is yung income requirement at saka yung TCP ng property para alam niyo talaga na magiging ma-approve kayo sa in-applyan yung funder, which is bank or Pag-IBIG. So always look at that TCP and your income para hindi kayo magka-problema. And just another thing lang pala, dun sa mga OFW natin, of course, we're open for that. Marami tayong clients na mga OFW. Yung iaano lang talaga natin, kasi yung sa inyo is you have job contracts and then may expiration yan. When you apply for a loan, tingnan nyo talaga na malayo pa yung expiration or yung end of contract ninyo. Kasi kung malapit na siyang mag-end, tapos nag-apply kayo ng loan, hihingi na ng bagong contract yung bank or Pag-IBIG just to assure na meron pa talaga kayong continuing work or contract dun sa tinatrabahuan ninyo. Kasi yun yung kadalasan na parang na-defer yung application or na-reject kasi nag-expire na yung contract. Or again, yung income is not sufficient for the applied loan. Yun lang talaga yung parang importanteng titingnan.
Oh, okay, I see. So, for those who are actually OFW, so we need to take note of that para at least hindi tayo magka-problema when it comes to having our bank or Pag-IBIG housing loan in the future. So thank you so much, Ms. Renzel, for coming here and for having us again.
Okay.
And we are so thankful that you have informed our viewers right now about the basic things that we need to know or you need to remember when having a Pag-IBIG or a bank housing loan.
Yes.
Well, that's it for this afternoon, guys, and I hope to see you again next time. This is the Afternoon Show with Ken. Goodbye!